I remember the first time my family laughed at me like it was yesterday. I was in the living room, clutching a dusty old map I'd found in the attic, eyes wide with wonder. I told them I wanted to restore the old town hall, that I wanted to breathe life back into our history. My voice was trembling with hope, but all I got was a chorus of scoffs and sneers. "You're wasting your time," Dad said, shaking his head. "Who cares about old buildings? You're chasing ghosts, kid. That's just a stupid hobby, pointless and embarrassing." Mom rolled her eyes, muttering, "You're never going to amount to anything with that nonsense. Why don't you get a real job?" And so from that day, I became the laughingstock of my own family. They ridiculed my obsession, called it a pointless dream, and dismissed it as a childish fantasy. Every effort I made was met with skepticism, every small victory dismissed as luck, every failure mocked as proof I should give up. But deep down, I knew it was my calling. I wasn't just obsessed with history. I was determined to preserve it, to make sure our stories weren't buried under layers of neglect and indifference. For years, I chased that dream in silence, working odd jobs to fund small preservation projects, uncovering forgotten stories buried beneath layers of asphalt and neglect, slowly transforming barren lots and decaying structures into vibrant parks and community spaces. It was a lonely, relentless pursuit, often met with setbacks, bureaucracy, lack of funds, skepticism from everyone around me. But I kept going, because I believed that history wasn't just about old bricks and faded photographs. It was about roots, identity, and belonging. And I refused to let it die. It was a quiet, stubborn kind of victory, until one day, everything changed. Fast forward 10 years. I had left my hometown, traveled the world, and built a career as a renowned environmentalist and cultural preservationist. I turned neglected parcels into thriving ecosystems, restoring native plants, creating sanctuaries that drew in wildlife, and reconnecting communities to their roots. My work was recognized globally. I became an advocate for sustainable development, a voice for forgotten histories, a builder of legacies. But no matter how far I went, a part of me always carried that boy in the attic, clutching a map, dreaming of a better future for his town. And then an invitation arrived, an official request from the town council. They wanted me to return, to unveil a project I'd been secretly working on. The restoration of the old town hall, the very building my family had mocked me for wanting to save all those years ago. They had discovered a hidden family legacy, a story buried in time, and now they needed me to bring it back to life. All accepted without hesitation. When I stepped off the train that day, I saw my hometown exactly as I remembered. Familiar, worn, yet full of stories waiting to be told. The town square was alive, bustling with people I'd never seen before, and yet I could feel the ghosts of my childhood laughter echoing in the air. I was shown to the town hall, a crumbling relic of faded grandeur. The scaffolding was up, the workers moved with purpose. I noticed my family gathered nearby, Dad, Mom, my siblings, all faces lined with curiosity and something else I couldn't quite place. That afternoon, I stood before them, my hands stained with dirt, my voice steady but heartfelt. I told the story of the town's forgotten past, of the artifacts I'd uncovered, the history I'd revived. I revealed old photographs of our ancestors, the stories that connected us to the land and each other. I watched their eyes widen as I unfolded a secret I'd uncovered, a tapestry of family history intertwined with the town's very foundation. And then I took them inside the reconstructed hall. The space was alive, walls adorned with restored murals, artifacts displayed with reverence, the air thick with the scent of old wood and new hope. I saw the shock, the disbelief, the dawning realization on their faces. This was no longer a crumbling ruin. It was a monument to our heritage, a testament to perseverance. It was in that moment, standing in the center of our history, that I saw the first tears. My father's trembling with emotion, my mother's stunned silence. My siblings looked at me as if I'd become someone they barely recognized. And I realized they weren't just seeing the restored building. They were seeing what I had become against all odds. For the first time in my life, I saw respect in their eyes. Not because I had proven them wrong, but because I had finally shown them the value of what I'd always believed in. Our history, our roots, our identity. The culmination of years of rejection, solitude, perseverance, everything that had once made me an outsider in their eyes, had now become the very thing that brought us together. And as I looked around, I understood that success wasn't just about accolades or recognition. It was about proving that your passion, your truth, your relentless pursuit could transform something broken into something beautiful. It was about breaking free from the chains of doubt and showing everyone, including yourself, that your worth isn't determined by their ridicule, but by your unwavering conviction. That day, my family witnessed firsthand what I had become, a guardian of history, a man who refused to let his dreams die beneath the weight of ridicule. And in their eyes, I saw not only respect, but a profound sense of pride, a recognition that the outsider they once mocked had forged a new, unbreakable bond with our past. Leaving the town that evening, I felt lighter than I had in years. I knew the road ahead wouldn't always be smooth. But I also knew that I had finally earned my place, not just in my family's eyes, but in the story of our town. And here's what I learned, what I want you to remember. The world might laugh at your dreams, mock your passion, dismiss your worth. But if you hold fast, if you stay true to what ignites your soul, you'll find a way to turn even the harshest rejection into your greatest triumph. Because the real victory isn't in proving others wrong. It's in proving yourself right. And that, my friends, is the most powerful legacy of all.